What is going on, Toronto Raptor fans? We had an exciting overtime victory against the Golden State Warriors and Stephen Curry. I love beating up on Stephen Curry because his record against the Raptors is absolutely ridiculous. They showed during this game he's the all-time point leader, averaging 29.1 points against the Raptors. Probably feels at home here weirdly. I think his wife, I just learned recently, is from Markham. And of course, we all know he lived here and played at the ACC growing up quite a bit with his father, Del Curry, being on the Raptors. But the Raptors pulled it out, and it was not looking good. We were actually, I was planning to come down and have a video titled "Why I Hate the Raptors," and it was one of those games where sloppiness, nonchalant play, the 5 turnovers from by Emmanuel Quickley, 2 turnovers, Brandon Ingram, 3 from Scottie Barnes, 4 from Jamal Shed. I mean, there was just some sloppy play for no reason. Like turnovers, not even on a tough pass, goofy passes, way too quick passes. Emmanuel quickly just sort of breaking out down the lane and then losing the ball. Brandon Ingram with his poor, weird dribble I've commented on too, lost the ball a couple times. Not good, but yeah, we pulled it out. Darko was, cheering him on, saying, "Let's go! Come on, get in this game. We can still pull it out." And at the last 2 minutes of this of the regulation fourth quarter, Manuel quickly nailed a couple of clutch threes, which is what I do like about Quickly. Again, I was planning to come on here and say I don't know if he's ready to be a number one guard, but then when crunch time, when it matters, Quickly can step up and he can hit those high pressure threes, which is great. It was really nice having RJ back. He ended up with 12 points, not a ton of minutes. He was a little bit limited to 24 coming off the injury. Of course, they don't want him to re injure that, but nice to see him out there early. Got a bunch of nice cuts and dunks, and I think that it relaxed the rest of the team. It really gave Scottie, I think, the mentality that he doesn't need to take over and be the scorer. Scottie Barnes went into beast mode on rebounds and overall points. I mean, he ended up with the most rebounds for the Raptors ever in a game. I think it says here he had 25 rebounds. He had 23 points and 10 assists. I mean, that's a pretty sweet triple double. Two of your in the 20s, a 2020 triple double. Yeah, fantastic. But yeah, it was really the overtime. Like I said, we outscored them 19-5 because in the first quarter we were ahead. By the half, we were up by 1. They outscored us by 3 in the second quarter. They outscored us by 5 in the third quarter, and then we came back in the fourth to 26-22. It's pretty low scoring overall. Defense definitely tightened up, which is nice. That's what we were able to, use to come back. And then those clutch shots, a couple from the elbow from Brandon Ingram, a nice putback actually from Scottie. Um, a sad wide open miss though by Grady Dick. But anyway, let's be positive. Let's be positive. And yeah, I was saying, I think we found maybe the secondary guy, the wing that there's been this up in the air. Agbaji had a good game. He started. He came out with a ton of energy. He had a bunch of nice cuts and a few sweet putbacks, even where he followed up on the play and got a miss on a rebound or got a rebound on a miss. I mean, and was able to put back. Um, but Jacoby Walters, 6 of 10 from the floor, 4 of 7 from 3-point range. That was very nice. And defensively, he caused a couple of turnovers to give him credit for steal. Yeah, okay, gave him one steal. He caused another guy just by defending him to sort of trip and lose the ball. Yeah, he played really well. So, Jacoby Walter might be the man. Might be the one to focus, to feature, to give some of Grady Dick's minutes to, because Dick 0 for 2 from 3, 2 of 4 from the floor. He did have a nice fast break pass that it was pretty athletic of him to be able to catch this pass over his shoulder on the run and then turned it around. And it looked like he was going to lay it up with one hand, and he almost decided, you know what, I better just protect the ball. 2 hand dunked it in. That was sweet. I mean, the guy's got some skills. I don't know, mental. He's got to get his head in the game and be able to hit those threes, especially the one. It was so wide open. It was just bad. It left him open because why wouldn't they? The guy can't hit anything. Anyway, Mahmoud Kalashvili 1 of 4 from three, but 6 of 10 or 6 of 11. I mean, from the floor. Jamal Shed had a pretty decent game, a really good three at the end to sort of put the nail in the coffin here on the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry, 39 points. Jeez Louise. I was texting my cousin is on the Golden State. She's like I don't know what they're a physiotherapist person that does the like a trainer. Again, I don't know technically what her job title is, but she has certain players she's designated to, and as they come off, she's helping them, working them, and she gets them all sort of ready for the game and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, my uncle was texting me, and I said, "Yeah, we got to smother Stephen Curry and not let this guy, go off." I was hoping Colin Murray Boyles was going to be in the game, and that maybe they put Scottie on Green, but they did not. They had Jacoby Walter coming off the bench to cover him, and they had Agbaji starting to cover him, and they did a pretty decent, half decent job, but obviously not with him getting 39 points, 12 of 30. He's such a volume shooter, though, too. So I suppose if you're keeping his percentages down to, I don't know what that is quickly off the top of my head, it's like 40-ish, 38, 39% from the floor. And he was only 4 of 11 from three. So, but he just gets to the line. It's disgusting. I don't know. Did I say that already? The free throws. Raptors end up with 18 free throws versus 28 free throws for the Warriors. It's so obvious the Raptors get hosed on calls because even that last play of the game, normally we would be in bonus when, sorry, I'm talking about when Jamal Shed was in Curry's face defending him and there was like seconds running down on the clock. We had already tied it at that point, and you're just like, please don't let Steph Curry get the shot in to get the win. And he did one of those moves where he crossed over and hit Jamal Shed in the face. We weren't even in bonus. It was a side out play we had to run for Brandon Ingram, who ended up missing at the buzzer. So that's what put it into overtime. And these are the kind of things that the Raptors need to petition the league and say, you know what? It's not fair. I don't know what you do, though, because like baseball, I think they should go to, use the radar or whatever, LIDAR. I don't know what technology they're using these days to measure balls and strikes that are in the strike zone. They got to do something with the NBA. I don't know. Do you have a team that's just scouring the video and they're calling the play? I guess it's too hard to just stop play if they see something because they're going to see it after. There's got to be a way to post reward or post penalize uh, teams and players when there's stuff getting called. But anyway, that's not going to happen anytime soon. So, yeah, Raptors win. Let's be positive here. 141, 127. Nice start to this homestand. We are sitting in fifth place. So with this win, actually, we creep up above Orlando. Let me see. Let me refresh here, see if they've got that on here. Yes, they do. So we have bumped up to fourth. We play Orlando tomorrow. It's going to be the second game of a back-to-back, and I think it's the first time we've played Orlando all season. So that is not the most positive thing to be happening because they've got some guys that can tear it up. Ben Caro, um, the German guy that is pretty sick. Um, Again, I don't know. I should know his name. And of course, they've got Suggs as well. Hopefully, Suggs comes in and has a Suggy game because I still am glad that we drafted Scottie Barnes instead of him, and I think he's still peeved about it. He's gonna be trying extra hard tomorrow. Yeah, then we got Denver in on Wednesday. Yikes. And then Atlanta. So, hopefully let's try and pull this one out tomorrow against Orlando. Denver, it's always a disastrous nightmare to play against Jokic, and especially with Jamal Murray coming back to Canada. He's going to be trying extra hard. So I don't think a win streak is going to necessarily be started here unless it's like a 2-game winning streak where, yeah, we can beat Golden State and beat Orlando. And then we'll keep our fingers crossed against Denver. You never know. Obviously, in the NBA, any team can beat any team any given night. And maybe by then, RJ will have his legs, and hopefully Jakob will be back because we're going to need Pirtle to be in the middle at least to give some kind of defensive threat to, otherwise he's just going to walk all over us. Jokic, he's going to be just having a field day there in the middle because he's huge, and we don't really have anybody else that can defend against that. Mamu Kelishvili is wide enough, but he doesn't have enough length to get up there and block that. So anyway, let's see what happens tomorrow night against Orlando. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, give me a comment. Give me a comment. I mean, my subscribers have gone up, which is fantastic, but I've only had a few, very sparse on the comments. Let me know. So I bring back, I'm gonna actually, my producer, I'm in training right now by my former producer because again, he's inconsistent, he's unreliable. And I would be worried about him seeing this, but he won't get this far even into the video likely because he's he's probably out partying. But my point is, I'm gonna get trained and learn how to do the highlights, and so we're gonna get back to top 5 plays of the game, and maybe we'll look at the worst defensive plays or something like that too. We'll put a little package together and tighten up the video. So anyway, thanks for sticking around. Really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.